This is Alberta Hemsley of Withrow International High School in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today we're going to be talking about grams and the 4-beam balance. The 4-beam balance has 4 beams, one that goes to 200, one to 100, one to 10, and one to 1. This adds up to about 311 grams, or about half a pound. 3 of the 4 beams have notches. The 100 beam has notches, the 10's beam has notches, the 1's beam has notches. The 0.1 grams beam has no notches, and we will read this beam to 3 decimal places. We would read this beam as 0.113. The first thing we're going to do when we approach the beam is to zero it in. We start by moving all of the weights to 0. To the left of the beams is a little knob, and we'll turn this back and forth until we get it just at 0. Here we see the pointer is just a little bit above 0, and here it's way below 0. We'll turn the notch till it's exactly on 0. Let's start today by weighing a nickel. This one is a new nickel from 1999. Let's start with the 10's grams, and that's too heavy. So we move it over to the 0, and that's too light. We know the nickel is between 0 and 10 grams. We move the 1's weight until it's 1 too heavy. 5 is too heavy. 4 is too light. So we know it's between 4 and 5 grams. The pointer is exactly on 0 when we move it over to 0.944. We add the 2 beams together, and it's 4.944, or about 5 grams. The U.S. Mint has been known to change the materials that it makes its coins from. Let's try an old nickel. This one is from 1963. This old nickel weighs in at exactly 4.800. So both the new and old nickels are about 5 grams. Let's try the smaller paperclip. This one weighs about 0.452 grams. We're going to call this half a gram. Small paperclip weighs half a gram. Let's weigh a D battery. We start at 200 grams, and that's too heavy. Then we go back to 100 grams, and that's just a little too light. We go to the 10's place and move it to the 50 where it's too heavy, and then move it back to the 40. Now we go to the 1's place, over to the 6, which is too heavy, so we slide it back to the 5, which is too light and perfect. Lastly, to the 0.1's weight. And this balances perfectly when it's 0.610, 3 decimal places. Now we add all 4 weights together, 100 plus 40 plus 5 plus 0.610. This will be 145.610. It's good form to move all of the weights back to 0 when you start weighing something new. Let's try a little 9-volt battery. 100 is too heavy. 50 grams is too heavy, so we move the weight back to 40. 5 is too heavy, but 4 is okay. The scale balances when we get to this 0.904. And adding all of the beams together, we get 43.904. Let's try a AA battery. Start with all the weights at 0. 40 is too heavy, but 30 is too light. 5 is too heavy, and 4 is too light. The scale is exactly balanced when we get to 0.447. Now we put all the weights together. This one is 24.447. Last thing for today is we're going to try to weigh 25 milliliters of water. Can it be done? Well, sure. But first we have to subtract the weight of the empty cylinder. 70 is too heavy. 60 is too light. Perfect. 67 grams. The last beam reads 0.890. Adding everything together, 67.89. Now we're going to weigh the full cylinder. Notice how we have the level of the water with the meniscus just on the 25 line. This one weighs 93.072. Now we take the value of the empty cylinder, 67.890, and subtract it from 93.072. We find that 25 milliliters of water weighs 25.182. 25 milliliters weighs 25 grams. I wonder if there's a relationship there. Let's review. 4-beam balance has 4 beams. We start out by moving everything to 0, turning the knob at the end until it's exactly at 0. We have a 100ths place with notches, a 60 place with notches, a 1s place with notches. The 0.1 weight has no notches, and we read this last value to 3 decimals. This one reads 0.100. This value reads 0.556. And there you have it, grams in the 4-beam balance. Enjoy!